All right. Hello. Hello, people. Or hello. Good evening. Good morning. Or good afternoon. I'm back with you once more in another live stream. Only this time, I'm not going to talk much about graphic design, although I can add some things to it. But mostly, I'm going to talk about business and so in most aspects, retail. Now, for the last few days and weeks, I've been doing a little bit of shopping around in most stores. And I have to say that most prices are really, really high. Most food prices, that is, are really, really high, especially in stores where they basically have certain amount of selections for food. Now, even though inflation has decreased and has stopped, food prices remain very, very high. And it makes me wonder if we're ever going to be able to afford any food or basically eat, that is. But I've always thought food itself is a need. As most people, most customers, despite the high prices, they're going to go shopping regardless. Anyways, they're going to go shopping for food because food is part of the three basic needs: food, clothing, and shelter. Now, clothing is another thing we need, and shelter, of course, because who wants to be homeless or who wants to live out in the streets? But I have to say, most housing prices are pretty high, but it's not the full mortgage that most banks catch you with. It's the interest rates that compound on the mortgage, especially when you're not just paying a flat mortgage, but property taxes along with it. So that reveals a lot right there. And gas prices, don't even get me started with fuel prices. They haven't even gone down yet. Well, they stayed low for a while, for the last couple of days. But then the fuel prices have gone up once more. So I don't know how most customers are going to be able to even afford gas. And I'm curious too, in finding out if most gas stations, the prices are going to remain high when most fuel stations end up adding a lot of electric charging stations. Probably have to incur the costs as well. Most customers will have to incur the costs to just to recharge their electrical vehicles. And out in the freeways, in out of town drive, if you're doing out of town driving, they haven't even really set up charging stations. Or Tesla hasn't set up charging stations. Which reminds me, I just read a story about them a couple of days ago, in which they're going to set up charging stations in which not only people with Tesla vehicles can recharge their cars, they can also, customers with that own Ford electric vehicles, they can use these Tesla outlets to recharge their cars. So it's a win-win situation for both Tesla and Ford Motor Company, especially Ford Motor Company, in which I think they're starting to electrify their vehicles. So it's a win-win situation for them, I would say. And let's see, what else can I talk about here for regarding business? Okay, what can I talk about for business? Okay, what else? Okay, Gap. Now, stores have improved. Now, I don't want to talk about Gap, really. I don't want to talk about that. Sorry. I'm more into retail and stuff. That's where the bulk of this stuff, my commentary is. I am in retail, of course. So, what else is there? Okay, what can I talk about here? Okay, since we're past the 6 minute mark, past the 5 minute mark, we'll just get right to it and talk about this. It's going to be a short live stream, shorter than 10 minutes, because I like to talk. I like to talk no more than 10 minutes. Usually, sometimes longer, even 11, 12 minutes. But no. Okay. Okay, what can I say here? Hmm. The last few days, I've been watching a little bit of Shark Tank. Now, I wonder what happened if Shark Tank has been off the air for some time. But yeah, a lot of people have gone into the show, trying to get some money. Okay, that's not important, but let us talk about these trends. One of them caught my eye, according to the CNBC.com website. Now, they say now companies are learning that Gen Z isn't the easiest generation to work with. Now, I don't know why this is, but yeah, they say now by 2025, Gen Z will account for 1/3 of the workforce, according to the WEF, World Economic Forum. Well, working with them is one thing, but trying to sell to them is a different story altogether. Because I mean, Gen Zers, they they're different types of consumers. They consume products, food, they consume clothing, and they consume housing way different from, say, Generation X and millennials. So, I mean, working with them is one thing, selling to them is another thing. Well, Gen Zers, they spend a lot of time on the internet or basically online. They say Gen Zers are digital natives and always communicate online. I mean, look at Snapchat and TikTok. Two platforms that I don't know anything much about, especially Snapchat. I don't know much about them. But TikTok, I've experimented a little bit with it, but I don't know. I don't have full knowledge of it. See, they say they're more digital, so their interpersonal soft skills haven't been very good. But that's the problem with being online all the time. You don't develop any skills, or the Gen Zers, they can't develop any skills that will help them in the business world. Because I mean, online communication is good, but gotta learn how to talk to people in person, in the flesh, that is. Talk to them in person. And you gotta learn how to talk to them in a great, talk to them face to face. because digital is one thing, but talking face to face is another thing. Oh, here I am. Shark Tank is a good show. Yeah, FM, I agree with you. It is a very good show. It's a very good show, but if you're an entrepreneur and trying to participate in the show, that's a different story altogether. Because I mean, you got to know how to market yourself when it comes to trying to get funding for your company or your business. There's another show I was thinking about, which is not on ABC. It's a little bit like Shark Tank, but it's a little different. Of course, Shark Tank is originally there's an original show from Dragon's Den, which is shown in the UK and here in Canada. So, yeah, Shark Tank is more of an American show. But there's this one show I've watched online before, and it's called Elevator Pitch, meaning they'll give you a certain time to pitch your business idea, and then to a front bunch of say investors investors or venture capitalists that have money. And if you are good, then they'll let you up, and then you have to go in front of them in person and give them this different way of marketing your business, so you can persuade them to basically just fund or invest in your business idea. An elevator pitch is based on, well, I wouldn't say based on Entrepreneur Magazine, but it's owned by Entrepreneur Magazine. So you Shark Tank viewers want to watch a different way of how people pitch their ideas, check out Entrepreneur's YouTube channel, Entrepreneur Magazine YouTube channel, and basically just search for elevator pitch, and you'll find them. There are seasons. I think there's season 4 or 5. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's a great recommendation. Check them out and see what they're all about. I've seen them, and it's not too bad. Pretty good. The format is a little different from Shark Tank and Dragon's Den, of course, but it's a very good show. Okay, now we got that cleared up. I'm going to let's see what I can talk about here. Okay, all right, and makes me think about how Gen Z, if they have a business idea, will be able to go on Shark Tank, or better yet, elevator pitch. Because I mean, they spend all their time in digital. Maybe they're trying to run a business online, which is good. Online businesses are good, but you got to know but you have to know how to talk to people and how to get your product or the thing, what you're selling, onto the actual marketplace. Because last thing most people are going to do is to just go online and do shopping. Because I mean, they have to know what the product's about, and they want to face the person that's selling the product, actual consumers, that is. And Gen Zers, with so much time online, it's going to be an interesting challenge for them to actually, if they have a product to sell, actually try to go to venture capitalists and investors to basically fund their products and basically give them money to run their business operations. So you need not just stock, but you also need employees. You need a warehouse to store the stock. And I've always said this. I wouldn't know if I didn't say it in front of you, but I've always been saying this. It all comes down to, oh, okay, we got some comments here. They really won't be able to project their pitch the way needed to get investments. Well, FM, I couldn't agree with you more. That is true. You have to know your product. You have to know if you got to know the investors. In other words, in business, it's not just selling, buying. It's building relationships and friendships. Because investors and venture capitalists, I think they need to get to know the person, or need to get to know you as a person. Because I mean, if they don't know you, then what's the point of them investing? I mean, okay, that's what. But really, realistically, that's what businesses are about. Businesses are about building friendships and relationships. It's really about relationships, you see. And that's where most Gen Zers will run into a lot of problems because they spend so much time in the digital world. Okay, all right. We're close to 20 minutes of this live stream. And I know shouldn't be any longer. So I will just end this news with this. But hey, it's about building relationships and bridges together, I would say. Of course, Gen X, Gen Zers, they can be beneficial to the workplace, helping older workers, like say baby boomers and some Gen Xers, introduce them to newer technologies that they can use for business or for marketing, that is. Okay, we're almost 20 minutes. So I'll just end this live stream for now, and I'll be back with another one. Take care. Take care.